We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stutter and Craig. No, you don't get the 96-ounce Coke Zeros, Blabs.
Yo, my androids, what's up?
And straight from the hood, Phoenix.
It's really enjoyable as an adult male to shit your pants.
And now, broadcasting from our homes around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, ready? Open wide!
What's up, everybody? We're never going to get that right.
Oh!
Oh, my.
What is happening?
Visual effects is what's happening.
I
Absolutely.
got an invisibility cloak, it's fine.
With me as always is Blabs. How you doing, Blabs?
Hi! Hello, everybody. Hello, happy Friday.
All right, the secret is finally revealed. The reason why Blabs is here, she's on special assignment to watch every Fast and the Furious movie with us this week.
I've seen
night.
3 of them now.
Which one did you see
I
last?
saw Tokyo Drift.
Arguably the best one.
It was
so
pretty
far.
good. I had fun with that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so so far we've got, if you're keeping up, and I know you don't care, but just bear with us. Fast 5, you gave that a 5. Fate of the Furious, Part 8,
The submarine one.
a 3.
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift, go.
Either like a 6 or a 7.
A 6 or a 7. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you're wondering on the scoreboard here, Phoenix just 10s all around, just 10, 10, 10, 10 for every movie. So progress. We're moving on. Progress. Chat. Let us know what our next Fast and Furious movie should be, and if you don't give a shit, just pretend. Okay. Just put a number. It doesn't make a difference. But we're finishing up strong without Craig.
Finish strong Friday.
But he will be back
losing on
Monday, June 8th. Unfortunately, no direct donations will be read until he's back, but thank you so much for your patience on that. And speaking of patience, Kay's going to need some patience with me because I played 007 First Light. Bring her in, Kay. How you doing?
Good. Why do I need patience for that?
I wanted to just set you up. As a matter of fact, I got to tell you, my review thus far, I'm with you. The slowest start. It was just cinematic. I was actually pretty bored so far. I'm only about an hour and a
10
half
minutes
in.
Wait, when did you play this?
I played it when you went to bed.
Oh.
You terrified me. I'm like, are we
I know, I wanted to set you up, but no, my reviews...
007 debate. Like, what?
Yeah, no, I got to tell you, your review I think was pretty spot on. And I'm someone who typically, can like these Uncharted-esque cinematic kind of games. But I actually found the intro to be rather slow. And it annoyed me that every person in power was a woman. Everyone. Like every scientist, all the heads of the department, you name it. So far that is the quote-unquote wokest part I've seen thus far. It's meh. I'd give it a meh. But you're saying it gets better, Kay. A little bit better.
Yeah, it does. The thing is, I'm not really a fan of a game that it takes like a good 5 to 10 hours for it to get good. And it's extremely gradual that it like slowly opens up. I think it was about 8 hours in where I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of cool for a second. And then I went back to being like, I'm bored again. Right. So, and I've said before, like my standard on 007 games is pretty high to begin with. So I don't expect me to be like, this is the best game ever. But it is extremely boring for the start. And it's so like hand-holdy that you might as well not even be playing a game. It's like you're just really grabbing my hand and walking me through the game. You're not actually letting me play a video game at this point. You've got like yellow tape everywhere. There's only one little rock I can walk through. Like,
yeah.
It's frustrating. But it does eventually open up a little bit more with the combat. My issue too is like the hand-to-hand combat feels significantly better than the gunplay. So you actually feel more powerful just grabbing guys and throwing them than you do shooting them.
Right. I mean, yeah, in my limited experience, I would 100% agree with that. The fight combos felt good. It doesn't feel Arkham good, but it feels decent enough. I haven't had much gunplay in the game yet. But anyway, we'll be talking about that and many more games. And a fantastic gamer we've got is Vera Dark joining us today. How you doing, Vera?
Hi, 007 sucked.
Yeah, yeah. I know you played it. What was your overall review of the game? And also, if you could let us know, like, what your thoughts on like the woke agenda part. Is it overhyped? How bad it is, or is it just spot on?
So I don't necessarily think that it was like super woke or anything. There are obvious race swaps throughout it that are going to bother James Bond and 007 fans. And I thought that those characters were not bad because they weren't constantly like talking about their skin color or sexuality or anything like that. But there is definitely, you know, talk about like climate change throughout the game that does get a little bit annoying. And I just felt like it was a weak game overall, like this version of James Bond. I know that it's supposed to be an origin story, but I felt that it was, he just didn't have any charm or charisma. And every time he tries to talk himself out of a situation, he's able to do that because the NPCs are just so dumb. He'll be like, oh yeah, there's a birthday party going on back there. And they'll be like, well, go ahead in. That's perfectly fine. Like nothing felt special. And it felt like a very soulless game to me. And the combat, I didn't hate it, but I also didn't love it. Like Kay said, it holds your hand a lot. And there are special moments throughout it that I thought were cool, but when a game is like 14 hours long and you have maybe an hour worth of cool moments throughout the entire experience, it's just not worth it.
Would you two ladies think that believe that the foundation that's built here could lead to a great sequel, or it needs a lot more work?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I prefer a more mature Bond. I don't need these origin stories. It's really annoying that they start here. I think like with everything they have built, they could actually accelerate and make a way better game. Now, I haven't beat the game, so I don't know how the ending is. So if the ending is atrocious, then I would be like, no. But if I'm just going purely on the gameplay mechanics, the overall like energy that they're trying to put into this game, the way that they're trying to frame it, I can see them building on this and making it better. But I've heard the ending is not that great. I obviously have not looked into spoilers or anything myself yet, but it's I like Nightfire. I like the old James Bond games. Like those are like actually like power fantasies. And it's like this game doesn't feel like a power fantasy at all. It feels like you're a kid being led around a circus pretty much. And like even some of the coolest moments is like, well, I'm only able to go in one direction. I don't feel like I have any power over this whatsoever. You're showing me a movie.
It's very linear, which is a problem. I feel like it needed a little bit less hand-holding. Even the driving portions, like you are driving down a lane or an alley, or you are driving down this specific path. And if you start veering off the path, it does like this auto drive where it just starts driving for you.
And not even like veering drastically. Like I'm talking like slightly tilting. It's like, no, drive control. Like I can't just like kind of wobble around a bit.
No.
The driving feels extremely sluggish and slow too.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of extremely sluggish and slow.
Thanks.
Hey, that's me, not her. What are you
How you doing there, ladies?
That's Admiraltism to you.
Yeah, Lord Admiral.
That's right, Lord Admiraltism.
No, we love Lady Decade. It's just I'm trying so hard to be Craig with his weird transitions.
Yeah.
Lady Decade, how are you doing? And have you played First Light?
I've not had to go on it just yet, but from listening to what Kay and Vara was just saying, that seems to be something that happens with like all like media at the moment, where there's just like hand-holding even in films. I went and saw Mandalorian and Grogu in the cinema the other week, and even that film was hand-holding, and that's a film. It's like they even repeated the same scene twice, where he goes into the prison and has to go see what's his chops. Jabba the Hutt's son, that I can't think of what his name is.
Rada
right
the
now.
Hutt, yeah.
That's it, Rada. And they repeated the same scene basically twice.
Yeah, it kept being like, it's tough because my dad.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to establish myself.
He's very emo.
Yeah.
He's an emo Hut. I'm so glad I didn't watch this movie.
It's so retarded, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much like, it's almost like they're trying to create media for current younger people whose attention spans have been fucked by
TikTok
social
brain.
media. Yeah. So where you're having to repeat the same information over more than once, well, several times, in fact, to be able to keep people understanding what's going on. And it's starting to sound a bit like that might be an issue that's creeping into games. I mean, like, hand-holding in games has been a problem for a very long time, a very, very long time. Like, for example, I was playing Dark Cloud the other day, and I'd forgotten, bearing in mind that was a launch title on the PS2, that had a lot of unnecessary hand-holding. Like, where it actually stopped the gameplay. Yeah, where he stopped the gameplay to tell me that in order to lock onto an enemy, I needed to press the circle button.
The times, games have certainly changed. Well, we are going to be talking, we've got tons of games, because we're the #1 gaming podcast in the entire world. Don't look it up, just believe me blindly. And speaking of believing me blindly, make sure you click that like and follow and subscribe button blindly. Just do it. And please join the 145,000 subs over on YouTube, as well as now the 48,000 over on Rumble. Real quick, Blabs. Last weekend, we had you play Blabs versus Mr. Driller 2 for our Plus members. We've got many more Blabs versus out in the future, as well as new content coming out. As I mentioned before, you guys were kind enough to fill out a post over on Plus where we asked you guys, hey, what content do you want us to create in the future? We're reading over that, we're digesting it, we're taking notes, and we may be getting to some of those shows real soon. If you want to join us over on Plus, we've got a great promo code 50OFF. That gets you 50 off our annual membership. Make sure you join us there. Real fast,
guys, I see a lot of you guys asking what happened to the Plus chat. I had to nuke it because it's currently broken. And maybe it wasn't broken for you guys, but it was broken for myself and for Kay, and we need to be able to see you guys. So, like, if you sent a donation, we weren't able to see that, so I just nuked it and saying, come to Rumble. So, I'm sorry, guys, if you were not able to see us on Rumble. There's a random timer on us, isn't there?
No, there isn't.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why that timer is going.
13 minutes until what? Oh, God.
Are we going to blow up?
So why don't you...
Stall?
Yes.
Like, there's a timer on our head. For my next trick, I'm going to disappear.
Oh, my God. Just leave us with it.
That's actually what happens. The countdown and I come back, I guess. I don't know.
Okay,
anyway.
I have a question for you. So has everyone on the panel, Labs, you haven't played 007, right? But everyone else has?
I've not played it, no.
Okay. So the thing I noticed with the shooting, which like was so jarring for me, been gaming for a long time, I've never noticed a reticule get so large for a headshot in my life. Have any of you noticed that with the gunplay, where it's like, and you're not even close to their head? It's like the hitbox is so big on it, and you could be so far off, and all of a sudden the reticule goes from like this tiny, tiny baby dot to like, here's a big white circle, shoot now! I've never in my life seen it that dramatic in a video game.
It didn't really bother me, but yeah, I mean, it definitely was. It was there. It's like you suddenly have the moon on your screen, and it's like you're suddenly that's where you're aiming.
See, I haven't had a go on playing. I haven't had a go at playing it yet, but you see, the thing is, I love James Bond, so I'm a bit like, oh God, I don't want to go into the game and assume it's going to be amazing, because I don't like to play any game and assume it's going to be amazing. But yeah, I'm just a bit like,
It's just a very weak game all around, and then it's like, for a James Bond game, it's so weak because we've had so many of these amazing games between GoldenEye 007 and Nightfire, like Kay mentioned, which was fantastic. I mean, even like what's it called? Nothing or maybe it's
Everything
the other way
or
around.
Nothing.
Everything or Nothing. Yeah, even that was way better. So that's what it is.
All right. Well,
anyway, we should do the showdown today because it's gaming related. All right, I'm gonna press this button, guys. It is gaming related. I'm gonna press this button. I can find it.
ladies and gentlemen, the timer's back on. Welcome to Side Scroller Showdown with a timer. Today's matchup is all of the X-Men games versus all of the God of War. So X-Men game franchise versus God of War franchise. Which is the best? Panel, do you have any thoughts on this one?
Oh, this is so easy for me.
Go on then, Kay. Go on.
X-Men 2 Clone Wars, one of my favorite video games of all time. X-Men wins easy for me. And fun fact about X-Men 2 Clone Wars, the composer of that, because Head Games sadly shut down. They didn't do a lot. That was like their main video game that they did. But the actual composer of X-Men 2 Clone Wars went on to work on the Legacy of Kain soundtrack. Which is so freaking cool. It's like, why is it that I hear like things in these soundtracks that are familiar? And I went down a rabbit hole. I'm like, this is the same fucking person. What? So anyways, yeah, I'm a huge X-Men 2 Clone Wars simp. It is one of the best action platformers to ever exist.
It is a very good game. But I think for me, it's like X-Men just spans so much larger than God of War. So I think that X-Men is just the obvious answer. But yeah, that game is fantastic. I actually haven't played that in a really, really long time. But also, you know, we have like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which was really good. X-Men Origins, Wolverine, which was good. Like, there are so many amazing video games. And I like God of War, don't get me wrong. I think that God of War is really special, but I just have to go X-Men.
See, for me, I want to say X-Men, but then if we're including some of the Marvel games, some of the Marvel games are actually pretty shit. Like, I'm pretty sure I had to go on one recently where I was like, oh God, I can't even deal with this one. But then you've got stuff like X-Men versus Street Fighter, which is fantastic. And then some of the best arcade games that have ever been created by Capcom are their X-Men titles, like X-Men versus Street Fighter. And then some of them are completely unbalanced masterpieces, which are just fun to play. But then I like games like God of War as well. But yeah, I think my gut is saying, this is the retro gamer in me. My gut is wanting to go with X-Men over God of War. Personally,
I'm gonna go X-Men too. I think the chat is gonna lean. I think the chat's gonna lean X-Men too, but I think it'll be close because no one here is saying God of War. I think there's gonna be a lot of people saying God of War.
I mean, we haven't even mentioned like X-Men Arcade, one of the best beat 'em ups of all time. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of X-Men Mutant Academy personally. So
Mutant
there's
Apocalypse.
There's so many good X-Men games. There's a Wolverine Game Boy Color game that I played recently, just randomly.
I only just a couple of weeks ago had streamed the Deadpool game. It was fantastic. I hadn't played it before. That was fucking awesome. And so like that's also the front of my mind as well.
Yeah, no, that game is fantastic. If you guys haven't played that Deadpool game, I highly recommend it. Sounds like Vera does too. Yeah, and that game I think got delisted because of weird things with licensing.
It did, yeah.
Was that the one like from 2008 or something? It was like a long time ago.
It was 2013. And then they had issues with the Activision license, and then they ended up delisting it for a couple of years, re-releasing a remastered version when the Deadpool movie had come out, and then again now it's like super hard to find and get your hands on.
All right, well,
sticking your hands on. Let's go to hard news. I don't know. I'm really good at transitioning as well. So it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody's in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news.
Hard news.
Okay, so this literally just happened about, I don't know, like 15, 20 minutes ago. In fact, if you guys rewind, you'll actually see my jaw drop because I was not expecting this, but we have a big death in Hollywood right now. Anthony Heat is dead!
I know.
No.
I learned
No!
I didn't see that.
No, dude! That's why my jaw dropped when we just started. I was like, no! I know him as King Uther from Merlin. And he was also in Doctor Who for like, what, 1 or 2 episodes or whatever. He was like a vampire-esque person. I'm sad. I'm actually sad about this one.
So heartbreaking, especially like for me. I watched Buffy more recently, and I thought that he was just like the star of the show for the first season. Like he is the glue that holds the whole thing together, and I loved his personality through and through throughout the entirety of Buffy. So this is just devastating.
I also saw him recently in like, I think, what was it? Some like it was a British TV show. It was like a mini series. And he plays like a ghost, but I can't remember what the name of it was. It was pretty good. It came out I think in like 2023, but I just watched it like last year for Christmas. And he played this. Decade, you might know what it is.
I don't know what that is, but he was in Little Britain as the Prime Minister that David Walliam's character was in love with, which was really funny. He's that's really gutting actually. He's a lovely character, and well, this is the part where like people are gonna like crawl out the woodwork and start saying stuff, isn't it? We have like celebrities that everyone likes dies, and then all of a sudden people are gonna say, oh well, this happened and that happened. So hopefully he'll be one of those celebrities that can remain clean.
Yeah. Because you didn't really hear too much about him. So
no,
anyway,
not really.
Sad news. I was not expecting that. I was pretty shocked. Rest in peace, King Uther. Even though he was a shitty king, he was a great actor.
Rest in peace, Rupert Giles.
Yeah. But then, guys, we have even more. I would say it's Hollywood Homicide at this point, which is a great movie. You guys should totally watch that because you guys know that. Remember this man? You see him in a couple movies. His name was James Handy. He was in like Top Gun Maverick, The Rocketeer, Jumanji. Like he was the exterminator in Jumanji. Does his face ring a bell to you guys?
Yes.
At all?
No, not
Vaguely.
All right. Well, he has just been murdered.
Oh.
So that's pretty.
That's one way to start a conversation.
There you go.
Isn't that like horrifying to like all these people in Hollywood are suddenly being murdered? And the worst part of it all, don't forget Rob Reiner, right? So like Rob Reiner and his wife were murdered by their child. What was it? Right around Christmas time, and so the two other children were left, horrified basically. But this guy was actually murdered by his apparent girlfriend's. This again, suspect, alleged, everything. His girlfriend's son, who was 44 years old, stabbed this man multiple times in the chest in his own house. What the fuck is wrong with Hollywood?
So much.
Yeah, that is absolutely
much.
messed up.
Dude, that's fucked. So, anyway, I gotta call this. We should just start doing like a segment called Hollywood Homicide, because it seems like every few months there's like somebody being murdered in Hollywood.
Was this like a drug-related incident or something? Like that just seems
I wouldn't
insane.
be. I don't know if Blabs, do we have any information?
They don't really say anything. They just say that it's just an isolated incident. So it could have been a family matter.
Well, that's the thing, is that the girlfriend of his son was arrested right after this happened. So yeah.
So it could be drug bust, family, domestic thing gone totally wrong.
We'll find out when Netflix make a documentary about it.
Yeah, but they're gonna make him black and gay.
Well, real quick, according to this article, Los Angeles police responded to a report of unknown trouble at the property following a 911 call in which they were told, "I am the Son of Man.
Yeah.
I just killed the man of sin." So I think
He's crazy.
It's clear to say either drugs
or
mental issue, and more likely both. And I think on that side of the aisle, I think you tend to see a lot of drug use and a lot of, mental illness drugs, being pumped into them and stuff like that. So I think that's why you're seeing kind of potentially a trend here. That is a side that has deep mental issues.
Yeah, because, again, remember, last Christmas, these two were murdered by their own kid over drugs, apparently, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. That shit's nuts, dude. So, we really need to do, a segment called Hollywood Homicide. And by the way, if you've not seen that movie, it has Harrison Ford in it. And Anthony Mackie's in it, too. Captain America. It's just a Falcon. But he dies in, the first few minutes.
Oh. Well, I enjoy the movie, everybody.
Yeah, he plays like a bad guy. Anyway, go check it out.
Watch this movie. This is what happens.
What a good description.
Bruce Willis is dead the whole time. Guys, great movie.
Listen,
Sixth Sense.
But Harrison Ford is in the movie the entire time, and it's really fun. Mm-hmm. It's a good movie. I liked it. Anyway, so that's just me. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna go away now. God damn. All right, hang on. I got some stuff out of order. All right. So I have something really specific for Kay to show her in a second, but I gotta read some super chats. Yes, this was sent to us by our editor over on Sidescroller, so shout out to him. I won't say his name for his own protection, but he's like, this is gonna be funny. So anyway,
mob protection or something. What the hell?
yeah,
We got witness protection.
yeah, he's on witness
Side-scrollers.
protection services. He might not even be in the same continent as we are, or in the same time zone. He could
Okay,
be
well,
in
shout out to
China.
you, whoever you may
Anyway.
be.
Yeah, anyway. Das Pooch for 5 says, Fast and the Furious was cool up through 6. I come back and see homies in space and just noped right back out. All things have their time and should end. Do you agree with that, Phoenix?
Incorrect.
There you go. Kami K for $2. Thank you, Kay. So generous of you doing that whilst working, too. Thank you.
Sorry.
Anyway, Rip Anthony Stewart Heed, aka God. Is it Giles or Giles?
Giles.
Giles from Buffy. I've never seen Buffy, sadly.
Oh my god, you need to
yeah.
see Buffy. It's incredible. I wish I saw it when I was
said that.
younger.
Everyone says that, but
That
I
would
never
have
watched
changed
it.
the whole like trajectory of who I was as a person if I watched that when I came out. Like that's how phenomenal it is.
Of the closet?
What?
You just
called
said
me-
when I came out!
No,
God damn it!
growing up, if she saw it younger. Not
Congratulations, Pride Month!
Wait, where's the confetti, Phoenix? What button did
Yeah,
I
I-
press?
You told me to take that down.
Who wouldn't have been gay for Allison Hannigan though? Just saying.
Oh, alright. Well, you heard it here,
What, you're
guys.
gonna
It's
call
science-
me gay?
You called yourself gay. Anyway, K. K. Anyway.
Coining these names!
Okay. Lovstegrin for 5 says, currently playing Gothic Classic. You want a game without hand holding? Jesus Christ, you even need to manually save or you start from the beginning. Thank you. Young Stone for 5 says, I was on the Devil's Lettuce and remember the game Indigo Prophecy
Yes.
on PlayStation 2.
Yes.
Extremely underrated, great story and artsy. Check it out, Peggy.
I
David Cage.
love that game. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, I think this is Phoenix and I's like art ho
First
crossover
game.
because normally I don't like art ho games. When it comes to David Cage, I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah, because David Cage also has that great David Cage directing and dialogue, which just makes it. Mwah.
Indigo Prophecy is my favorite game of his. It's so
Yeah.
freaking good. If anyone hasn't played it, go ahead. Expect cheese.
Oh, a lot of it.
I like cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Jared for 1 says, if you watch any more Fast and Furious blabs, watch the second movie called Too Fast Too
Yes.
Furious, and then watch 6 and 7. Put this towards God of War, as I've not played much of the X-Men. All right, so that is $1 for God of
Too
War.
Fast, Too Furious, underrated.
Getting an aneurysm from her not watching them in order.
Yeah,
Like, we've gone
what's
five-
the logic there? Why are we
Because-
not watching them in order?
Well, technically, the
Is this
order
the
of the
brain
films is
damage on
incorrect.
display? Like, what?
Yeah.
Because she wanted to start Fast and the Furious, right? She wanted to get into it. But I said, like, you're going to hate these movies, but okay, if you want to watch it, start with 5, because 5 is a heist movie and she loves heist movies. So I figured, okay, start
Yeah, but then,
there.
like, you're already watching, like, the first or second best up front, and then she's just gonna hate the rest of them.
Well, no, apparently she loved Tokyo, so then we went
Well,
back.
yeah, for me, it's like 5 and then Tokyo Drift. So
Yes.
you've already watched the best of the movies. Now it's just a fucking trash, okay movie. Trash, indecent
Hurtful.
movie. It's
You're
hurtful, but
upsetting
it's the
Phoenix.
truth.
I can feel him raging right next to me. He's shaking. West for 10 says, can we get a Phoenix review of Backrooms and or Obsession?
Eventually.
I
Soon.
I would love to talk about both those films with you. I watched both of them this week, so absolutely. I recommend Obsession for anyone out there who's wondering. It's good.
It is really good.
Gag for 5 says, I say X-Men. Clone Wars was awesome. Legends 1 and 2 and amazing. And Origins Wolverine is the game people should be playing after seeing Marvel's versions. Thank you. All right, that's 5 for X-Men right there.
150%. Who needs the Insomniac Wolverine? Just play Origins Wolverine. You're good. It looks like, I mean, I have to have the Insomniac game in my hand to know truly, because maybe it'll surprise me. But everything I've seen from Insomniac's Wolverine, it looks like it's dog shit in comparison to Origins Wolverine. I don't think there's a world where I would say it happens to beat it.
All right, so I'm going to get to your supers later, guy, but we do have to get into the show a little bit. So this one is for Kay. An Indian Simulator just got announced for PlayStation 5.
What, to me?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Life in India. Now, just so you're aware, Kay, this is fake. It's AI. But I thought it'd be really funny.
Oh God! What? That was like 15 seconds of thank God I'm not in India. Although I'm in Little India because I'm in Canada, but thank God I'm not in India proper.
I sneeze.
Oh,
No.
that was so gross. Indian street shitter game. Would you like to play? Sir, please, if you would like to buy this game, we will scam you.
I saw the smells of India and I was like, I gotta sneeze.
You must
Ironically, the only time I've actually seen people shitting in the street wasn't in India because I've not been. It was in Rome.
Oh no.
Actual Rome, right by the Colosseum.
Yeah, but was it the like the actual Italians, or was it the migrants?
No, it was a homeless Italian person. This was, God, when I was about 12, I think.
Damn.
Huh.
So, yeah. 25 years ago.
Well, yeah, speaking of Italy, I guess we could just go jump into this one.
Speaking of shitting in the streets.
Yeah, speaking of that, HP and Ferrari are releasing a limited edition laptop ahead of the F1 Monaco Grand Prix. And it's going to be 500,000 units, guys. Huh?
I think it looks really cool, but not for like $5,500. It's not that cool. I could just get a wrap for a laptop that looks equally as cool and put it on a laptop that's
a sticker,
a quarter of the price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like buying new cases for your 3DS.
Yeah, you're fair. I would never get an HP laptop, that's for sure. They're basically like...
They're garbage.
Plastic. Oh, they're trash.
So bad.
Trash. I remember my roommate in college had the shittiest HP laptop, and you could just feel it. I'm like, dude, this laptop, how does this function? Anyway, moving right along, I have something for Decade now, because, and I don't even know if you're a big fan of like theme parks or not, but did you know Universal United Kingdom Resort? That is what it's going to be called, opening up in 2031. Huh?
Yeah, great. No, I've read about this. Apparently, my government has put something like £1.5 billion towards this.
Yeah, it's a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can understand some of the logic behind it in the sense that it is going to drive a lot of tourism to the UK. But the thing is, the location of it is going to be in Bedfordshire, and a famous city that people in America will have probably heard of in Bedfordshire is Luton, which is obviously one of our little conclave areas. So, yeah, not the most desirable county to be in, but still, decent drive from London. You can probably easily get there from Luton Airport. But no, I'm not that into theme parks. I used to be when I was younger, but I'm one of those people now that when I look at the price of something, if I can do something cooler for less money, then I'll do the thing that's cooler for less money.
Yeah, their prices are outrageous. It's unfair, as Anakin would say. Anyway, so we did a lot of popcorn bucket talk on yesterday's show, but we didn't see this one because this one was announced after the show. So I'm going to share this with you guys right now. What do you guys think of the Odyssey Popcorn Bucket?
It's
$50.
It's just not special at all. Like, I guess in theory, if you just want something that looks like a camera, okay. But otherwise, like, it doesn't scream the Odyssey at all, except for the fact that it's got the text "The Odyssey" on it.
Yeah, it's very simple, huh?
Wait, so you're going to be holding that, and it's got the eyepiece, and it's showing that in that other picture that you can see an image through there. So does that mean, therefore, that they're expecting people to be holding it to their eye and also going food at the same time?
I hope so. Just like the entire movie theater, people going. I hope so.
The $50 gimmick on this one, it just seems to feel like everyone's going to look like a window licker, aren't they?
I like windows.
It really screams to me that they couldn't come up with a legitimate design for the Odyssey, and they just had this on the back burner that they could use at some point, and so they just stuck the Odyssey on it as a last-ditch effort to hopefully sell a couple of popcorn buckets alongside the movie.
I don't think anyone wants to see the movie.
Not at the moment.
No.
I'm surprised that it's not the helmet.
Yeah.
Because
would
then
be
you could
cool.
just put it on once you're done.
And just have a butterhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, here's the thing, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because of Jeff Keighley. He's starting to promote it now too. Because I'm assuming he's getting paid, obviously, with his connections. His dad was, his dad basically created IMAX, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna assume either he's doing that for that reason, or he's getting paid like High Guard style. But he put this out, every frame in IMAX. My dad's dream realized. Tickets for Christopher Nolan's Odyssey are on sale now. And then he even goes and promotes the popcorn bucket, and the hoodie, and the t-shirt, and a poster.
I kind of get it though. Like that's kind of a proud moment for him, probably to see his dad's work like be in an actual popcorn bucket form. Like it's probably just a nice thing for him.
It's a hunk of plastic, though. I don't know.
Agree.
I'm
It's
really
retarded.
proud of that. Like,
I
$70
totally agree
for
it's
a hoodie.
retarded, but like, it's like it's his dad. Like he's probably just a little bit he had to deal with the past.
see, I think for me, I would feel it's a little bit more heartfelt if he didn't like do affiliate link codes to the products. Like, hey, click this link and I earn a commission. Like I would feel okay. He's just taking a picture with the popcorn bucket. He's proud. It just everything that Jeff does comes across as him shilling for it. But I get that because that's what his livelihood is shilling for larger companies and products, and whether it's in the movie industry or the video game industry.
But that's what happens.
Yeah,
that's what happens when you spend your whole life benefiting of the privileges of the nepotism that he gets from his father's position. So that's probably why he's probably got a very skewed version of reality that he exists in, whereas all of us mortals down here can all just look up and go, I don't want to pay $50 for that.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm not immortal. I'm immortal.
I was gonna say about Jeff Keighley. I don't know how to react to that, Blabs. I've really disliked Jeff Keighley ever since like the G4 days. I remember him like shitting on BMX Triple X like really early, and it was just so clear by every single mannerism in him that he just wanted to climb the ladder. Like he was just kind of saying the safe talking point that he could at every turn in order to position himself to where he is today. So I don't disagree with Vera's opinion whatsoever on it feeling very like shilly and just like, all right, Jeff. But a part of me is like, maybe he just is really happy because he was obviously really devastated when the Academy didn't recognize his dad, right, for his accomplishments way back. So maybe he's just a little bit happy that he's finally getting a popcorn bucket to recognize him.
All right, well, before we get into the next topic, let me hit up some more supers. Jared, for one, says, here's a game that you guys should try out. It's called Dark Farts, Parody Smell Edition. It's basically a parody version of Dark Souls. That can't be real. That's insane.
It's the internet. Everything's real.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But anyway, Salty Bum, for 2, says, Happy Pride Month, K to Food Economy, KFC.
What? No! Why are we getting... Why is this name longer now?
Anyway, Ben the Guy for 10 says, Kay and I are having differing opinions on Fire Emblem Three Houses, which mine is the correct one, but we both agree that X-Men 2 on the Genesis is a gem.
We break bread over X-Men 2 Clone Wars. It's okay, Shane. We're good.
I guess that was 10 for X-Men right there, so I'm gonna put 10 right there. Boop! Okay, VJ the Vigilant for 2 says, Fear the Phoenix, start with Arkham City.
No, play them in order. And Arkham City is so fucking good. What an amazing game. And I can't believe that the last Arkham game that we're getting is Kill the Justice League. Well, we did get Arkham Shadows, which is the VR game, which is also very good, but that's not getting a sequel, so.
The Lego Batman game is...
that was good.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
It kind of helps
scratch
with those
that
who
itch
miss it.
a
Exactly,
little bit. Yeah, it's definitely different, but I thought that the mix of like the more, toned down, like kidified Arkham combat with all of the movie moments that they recreate was so good. It was such a nice touch.
Right. For 10 says, would be great to hear Blabs and Phoenix sing the intro song from All in the Family. Blabs gets to choose where this goes. I don't know the intro song to All in the Family, though. And here's the thing, I've not played any of those games, so I'm just gonna put it on God of War because, like, it's losing right now. So, there's 10 for that. Shitty Duelist for 5 says, RIP to Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator Alex Simo?
CIMO.
Yeah. That guy, I'm sorry. Who lost to colon cancer at 32. Get checked, fellas. X-Men. So it's 5 for X-Men.
Yeah,
Very
live on
sorry.
the edge.
Yeah.
You like to live on the edge, you just said?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Comrade Fan for 2 says, Mahangil, wishing everyone a fantastic weekend. It looks like we have a new player that has entered the chat. Kami Gay K. Oh my god.
No, man.
You did this to yourself, bro.
What did I do to myself? What are you
What's
talking
really-
You
about?
literally just said you came out!
She didn't.
When did the fucking say I came out of anything? What the hell?
You
No.
did.
You did, though!
She wished she grew up with it. Had she grown up
Had
with it, would have
the-
changed
No,
the
it's
trajectory.
not the way that
That's
it
not what you
sounded.
said. That's not what you
That's
said,
not
Kate.
it.
Even
Okay.
Vara's saying so.
You're
Okay.
gay. You're
There's
She
only
gay.
said
one
she
way.
was knee deep in muff.
You
Yeah.
muff muncher. Anyway.
Okay, there's only one way you're going to be able to get out of this. You're going to have to talk in great detail about gobbling as many dicks as possible.
All right, we can add Dick Gobbler to the.
I'm being thrown into a corner that's not good, lads.
This is an unwinning battle.
Game.
Just sit and do that a load of times, and then hopefully it'll fix things for you.
Alright, Nathan for 5 says, can't wait to see how Mr. Blobby is declared harem at Universal Studios in a few years. Oh yeah, that'll be interesting, right? Like, we don't like Universal Studios in the UK, and all these characters are against our religion. What do you mean we can't bring a knife through security? Yeah, Anyway. Alright, so speaking of more insanity, we also have New York State, or New York City, I should say specifically, being an absolute retard. Democrats in New York have passed a bill changing terms such as mother and father to gestating parent and non-gestating parent. It will now head to Governor Kathy Hochul to be signed into law.
She'll sign it.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's a slippery slope because initially it was, oh, this is just going to be in family court, which of course is still insanity. That's still completely unacceptable. But you just know for a fact that they're going to try to push this further than that, and they want to use this language commonly. They want this to be the norm, which is wild.
Isn't this a wake up? I mean, maybe I'm crazy. So when I used to be on that side, and there was a million. I woke up many years ago. But like, if you're still on that side and you're seeing this, like, at what point, guys? At what point do you go, my side? They're completely batshit insane. Is this not it? Would this not, like, you're a parent out there, right? Would that not wake you up and say, yeah, maybe I need to rethink my math on who I'm supporting at the moment? I'm not saying you got to go to the other side, but maybe, I don't know, be independent, something, anything.
A lot of these people are
diminishing.
brainwashed. That's the issue.
You're diminishing mums. Obviously, I'm a mum. I've got 2 boys. You're diminishing them down to mechanical parts of their body. It's like, it's disgusting. And what this sort of thing
It's
really
misogynistic.
winds me up. Because they're doing it to be accommodating for men in dresses. And basically, if the parts of your anatomy are not important, then why is it important to change it to gestating parent and non-gestating parent?
Yeah, well, at least you gestate. The men are just non-gestating. Like, we're functionless.
No, they need to just. We've been mothers for ever since the dawn of time. We have been mothers. Like, you don't need to change the language to suit a load of lunatics down the flipping. I can't. This is like one of those things that it makes me so angry. It makes my mouth dry.
Well, right, the word mother has been around for like 15,000 years, and suddenly we're going to change it because a couple of mentally ill people find it offensive. Like, I'm sorry, that is insane.
We need
It's
to go
just
back
nuts.
to bullying people because this is the fucking problem. People
Make
just
bullying
need
great again.
yeah, we need to start picking on these weirdos because they've gotten too big for their fucking boots and now think that they can walk around and change society to fit them and their comfort, and they're so fixated on what makes them comfortable and what they want to hear that they don't sit there and consider all of the millions of other people who are just existing, who then become inconvenienced. Like who literally wants to make the entire world just about them?
And back in 2022, or 2021 or 2022, they were trying to use language and change language to like non-birthing person. And there were tons of studies done on that where it basically said using this gender neutral language in like medical research can negatively affect women and like their mental health. So again, they're siding with people who are basically LARPing as women. I mean, it's cultural Marxism, plain and simple.
The thing is, for many, many years, people have been like, oh, feminists, they're so annoying. All right, now I'm sitting there thinking we need the flipping feminists to come and sort all of this out and have a bit more flipping normality again. Because at the moment, like, you get the amount of times I've been called a TERF. And I wouldn't consider myself particularly feminist.
Oh,
but
how do you do, my fellow TERF?
Yeah, and it's just sort of like I've actually had like experiences where I've met and been quite cordial and even struck up minor friendships with people who are trans, male to female, and I'm telling you now, these people, I've fallen out with them every single time. And it's never because they've done something to annoy me. It's because I've evidently, just by existing, done something to annoy them. And they'll be the first people to really like stick it in. And I'm telling you now as well, in my comment section, if I get a comment that is having a go at me because I've done wrong think, and there's the language in there is like calling me sweetie and other like terminology that's really patronizing, you click on their profile, it's a trans person.
Or like
and then they sit there and be like, oh, no one likes us. Oh, I fucking wonder why.
Yeah, here's some little bit of copium on that thread about the parentage and gestating. I could be very wrong, but I believe this came out because there are many ways to have a baby: surrogacy, adoption, IVF, etc. Say a lesbian couple has a child and they divorce. Both of them would be the child's mother, so you have to distinguish between the two people fighting over embryos too. This could be a way to help keep those fights out of family court. I feel like this is just copium.
Here's an easy solution. Stop being gay. I would say a more aggressive word somewhere else. Let me type that in Rumble for everyone else. But yes, stop being gay. Easy solution. Then you don't have to worry about who's the mother.
You see, again, here's like, I'm all right with, like, for example, if I've got people in my family where there's like a lesbian couple who have got children, and their children have grown up and been completely normal, completely fine, no weirdness. I mean, but then these are really quite like normal people with no like strong, like weird ideas about any.
Is she?
Oh, I think she froze.
She's frozen.
Oh my.
Or taking the longest dramatic pause that has ever existed.
That is a really good pause, yeah.
I hate to blow up her face because it's such an unflattering image right there, but it would be a perfect meme. It's like Lady Decade scene just stating, alright, I don't know what she's gonna do. I'm gonna boot her for a second there. I'll keep her back there. We'll never know what she had to say. I don't know. Anyway.
It was the gay cabal they got her.
Yeah. You know what? It was the UK hate
government.
Speech.
Yeah,
they were like, nah, you can't be saying the shit about the trannies. Your internet's cut off.
It's over for her.
Yeah, I don't know if she's not messaged me or anything.
Maybe get to that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to check messages real fast and see if she hit me up. Maybe she lost power or something. No, she hasn't. Okay.
Anyways, gay people being annoying in New York.
So yeah. Well,
Another day that ends with a Y.
Yeah, it's not even like it's not even the gays too. It's all those other ones in like activists who are joining them, and then so it's
any
like
activist is gay to me. I'm sorry.
All right, that's
like,
fair.
Figuratively and literally, if you act like this, you are gay.
No, that's fair.
I shouldn't even
That's fair.
apologize. I'm not sorry. You're just gay.
D for Y. Alright, so Justin for 10 says, the new Skybrow's X-Men music video is so amazing. Muscular men in tight spandex got me feeling some type of way, but Tectone says it's alright. Oh yeah, fucking Tectone with his gay speech about how women are not attractive. Oh god. Anyway.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Tectone did this whole tweet, and Asmongold did too, about how, like, women are less attractive than men in general. I'm like, just say you're gay, dude, and just be out with it. Alright, there's Lady Decade. She's back. Hello!
Woo. That's God's way of telling me to shut up.
No, I think it was the UK government trying to censor you.
God.
You're right there?
Yeah, I'm obviously. I find stuff like that. I'm like, it's God telling me to shut up. Am I getting myself in trouble here?
Anyway, alright, so you want to continue your point, Decade, or are you, like, fizzled out?
No, I think that was probably the higher power saying, don't go too far. Remember what country you're in.
That's right. Okay, last effect for 5 says, X-Men Legends was my favorite for the X-Men. Great to see the panel full of X-Men. Olympian runners rejoice. Femboys for Phoenix.
Yes.
Alright, that is X-Men for 5 right there. Boop. Turn of the Way for 2 says, men should be inseminating parents. Oh god, no.
What?
Yeah, that is a terrible, terrible thing to say. The Burly Rancher for 5 says, wait until Lady finds out about the public schools are legally encouraged to keep a student transitions a secret from the parents in New York and California. Phoenix decides.
I'm just to keep the contest healthy, I'm going to throw it to God of War. I personally would choose X-Men. Thank you.
Thumb Ugly says, no feminists made this happen. No free outs here. I wouldn't say that the real hardcore feminists are responsible for this, because they've always been advocating for, like, the women's safe spaces, and the hardcore ones don't want the trans women anywhere near them. The fake feminists, the 21st century Emma Watson feminists, the self-proclaimed feminists, those are the ones that you should be blamed, because they're not the real ones. Cigar Titans for 10 says, one of these days I'm going to be getting invited on this show. Keep killing it, y'all are awesome. One day, maybe. Alright, let us keep going. We'll read some more about the trannies. This is all, I guess, for Kay. Just start screaming about.
Oh, man, you making yell about prunes now, too?
Yeah. So, we have a little bit of a recap to do real first before we get into the updated section of this. So, last week, May 27th, this was announced that Trans Period Pride was a thing in Boston. And the event would be... Yes, Kay.
Yeah, Boston sucks.
This is real,
I hate
by the
it
way.
here.
Yeah. This is real. And you guys remember I showed you the website where you can go and contact. The reason I can't pull up the website right now is because it's a little bit different right now. We'll get to that in a little second. So yes, the office received nearly $1 million in taxpayer money to fund this. Join Mass now in the Massachusetts Trans Political Coalition for a consciousness-raising discussion of menstrual equity and experiences of trans menstruators. What the fuck is... I want to know what menstrual equity is. You're a man? Tell me what it is.
Here's what I'll tell you. Imagine you're a guy back in the day, you have a gun in your hand, and everyone tells you need to run up that hill where everyone's firing at you.
Like Kate Bush.
And you're doing that to ensure these brave people are to ensure that your fellow citizen and man continues to have free speech in a free country. And if they had any idea it would get to this, I think they would have laid down their weapon and said, just opened their arms like this and drawn a target on their chest, because this is an embarrassment for all of mankind. That's what I'll say on this.
Yeah. So
I'd like to see how that £1 million was spent.
Yeah,
I'd
well,
like to see the itinerary.
Yeah, and the organization and the breakdown. I would love to see it too. So it gets worse because now there's an update. This is from yesterday. Over the past week, we have witnessed an unacceptable wave of anti-trans hatred and misinformation directed at the Trans Period Pride event. This event is meant to shed light on specific challenges, stigmas, and misconceptions that transgender people who menstruate face in the affirming intimate community space.
You don't menstruate! What the fuck are you talking about?
You fucking
tomato off your fucking fake pussy! What are you talking about?
It's basically just a bleeding wound. That's what we're celebrating. That's what we're having a parade over. Really?
Mm-hmm. So they're saying that the event has not been canceled, but will be hosted at a different location in downtown Boston. Let us be clear, we are not backing down, we're doubling down. We are unapologetic in our commitments to supporting all menstruators regardless of their gender identity and building a world where all people can access dignity, healthcare, and community. Trans Period Pride is not just about creating a trans-inclusive space to talk about menstruation. It is about breaking down the barriers that stigma, sexism, and transphobia build between us all. We are coordinating closely with the Boston Mayor's Office of LGBTQIA2+ advancement to implement safety protocols for the event, including plans to handle any disruptions that may occur. Due to the severity of some threats that we will receive, the Boston Police Department will be present at the event. Our priority is ensuring that attendees can participate safely, confidently, and without fear. Moments like this reminds us why gatherings such as Trans Period Pride matter. And it keeps going. There is power in connecting the personal to the political, and then rejecting the shame and stigma that have long been attached to menstruation and gender diversity. Thank you for standing with us. We look forward to welcoming you on June 17th and continuing this important work together. Now, here's the thing, though. The little website over here, you actually has it all the information that you want. And the thing is, it's basically like a filter. So this is how you would get in, right? They tell you the time, but they don't tell you the address or anything until you're actually invited, bro.
Catered dinner will be provided and free period underwear will be given to all attendees.
Yep.
What the fuck is wrong with all of you? What?
So weird.
Yeah.
So disgusting.
Oh my god, I'm supposed to feel bad for these people fucking mutilating themselves.
Yeah. And then it goes on, right?
You just know there's going to be people going into the bathrooms, unwrapping out a sanitary towel, sticking it in their boxers, and walking around with a nice sweaty gooch on it. Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
Shut my fist through a fucking wall. These people are fucking disgusting.
It's like, this affirmation of mental illness is, and it's also this thing that I read recently about autogynephilia, and that's
what
really.
What the fuck is that? What?
Okay, so basically,
Strap in.
So, I was reading recently that there's an element of people who say that they don't have. So, just to be clear, if someone genuinely has gender dysphoria, like genuine gender dysphoria, then I don't actually have a problem with those people because they have a medical condition that is causing them to want to be the opposite gender. That I can accept. It's when people go, you don't have to have gender dysphoria to be trans. That's where I have an issue, because you get people like what was that swimmer called again? People like that who
Leah Thompson, who's lying.
Yeah. So where they're getting a kick out of presenting themselves as the opposite sex. So actually, by going under the trans umbrella, they're using a serious medical condition as an excuse to live out day to day their kink. Yeah. And it's stuff like that. Like, for example, it used to be that you would get people who would cross-dress, but they would do that in the privacy of their own home, or they'd go to a special event to do that. And then that's fine. I'm very much the sort of person that I think, do what you like within the privacy of your own home or at special dedicated things, as long as you are not affecting the world around you. But what people don't seem to be getting is they want to be loud and proud and say, oh, I'm this and I'm that, and my sexuality and who I want to have sex with, that's what makes me special. And then they're force feeding that to everyone around them, and they're wondering why those people are going, oh, wait a second, I don't need to know that, don't want to know that. And then when you're then trying to police other people's language on top of it, or then create inflammatory events like this, and then sit there and be like, there's an unacceptable level of hate towards this. Well, no, you're shoving it down people's throats. You've taken $1 million of taxpayers' money, and you're sitting there wondering why people are annoyed about it. If I lived in Boston, I'd be really, really cross about the misplacement of public funding. That $1 million could have gone to something way more important. I'm sure there's plenty of big problems in Boston that need sorting out, like all of the tea in the water. So,
Speaking of tea in the water. But no, so I actually have a question for Var here, because Var, you actually live in Boston, so theoretically, you could fill out this little survey and go in as a little spy undercover or something.
No.
And then there was no.
Clear of this shit. Want to be around fucking psychos that chop their own cocks off and go incognito?
It would definitely be interesting to expose them for sure, though. You go under and show the world how fucked up these people are.
I just don't know, like, how you can be a person and not see how fucked up this is at this point. Like, I just don't even see a point of needing to be exposed, because it's like anyone with a brain can understand how fucked this is. Anyone.
So, well, I was gonna still suggest Vara could do this, and then she could fill out the survey, because this thing is like
peer pressure.
Yes, no, this is like a filter though. So you look at it, right? Why are you excited about the trans period, pride? Do you have any dietary restrictions? All this stuff is them filtering out to see if you are actually interested in going and are being genuine about actually going, or if you're like some, if you know, undercover or whatever, and you're trying to get the whole place in a dangerous position or whatever it is, right? For security things. So it'd be really funny if somebody actually was able to get in and recorded all this shit and be like, so this is what they're actually doing, and there's probably like a bunch of drag queens giving out like tampons. Yeah. Fun. I think we destroyed Kay. She's like, I'm never coming back. You guys need me for another week? Fuck that.
I just want to say every slur possible, so I'm gonna have to take it out on my own channel on Sunday.
Oh boy. Period art pop-up? Oh god. Guys, there's a pop-up show.
What are you talking about? What?
Oh, I can't show that.
Do women squirt on a canvas?
What? Oh my god!
What's that? Period. Period.
Fucking
god. That is vile.
They probably do. That wouldn't shock me.
Period art. What does it mean?
Ooh. I don't know.
What is it? What's they doing? They like what?
Ooh, look pretty.
What?
Oh no! I'm gonna remove that now. So that was our little adventure.
Man.
Yeah. Anyway, don't worry, guys. We're gonna fix this up.
We're gonna pivot.
We're gonna pivot into something really fun, because in a couple minutes, Lady Decade. No, Lady Decade has a game for us in a couple minutes.
Okay, that I trust.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fun. So real fast, before we get to that, Bike Short Senpai for 5 in Trump voice. Oh, I can't do Trump voice. Can you do that?
Just move it over here for a second.
Yeah, all
right. It's time to bring back the gay camps. It's time to bring back the research to find the gay genes so we can cure them bigly. Big and beautiful cure for all of our gay and lesbian friends. I've added a little bit to it. Okay. Thank you, Bike Shorts.
Thank you. Mojo for 5 says, Kay's default state is constant pain. LOL X-Men.
Look at what I'm dealing with! Fucking trans period pride, bro. Yeah.
Don't forget the
I'm
pride.
in pain. I want these people to take their method of, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. It's not my channel. Talk to me somewhere else.
Anyway, the art school dropout for 5 says, hello, gestating parent. Hello, ejaculatory parent. Here I am at Camp Granada. Oh boy. Young Stove says, well, Boston has a Chinese spy mayor. Just saying, it's an op. Oh, it could be. Magnum Noise for 10 says they are scumbaggery incarnate, a seething hive of slime and villainy, and they have the nerve to get angry when we say no. Professor Playback for 10 says Kirsha's someone to talk to about the AGP stuff. Thank you very much. And Bloopity Snooples for 20, what a name, says Dem cities are gay holy sites. Had a family member living in LA said they hope my unborn son is gay and saw nothing wrong with it. Everything is so retarded. Canadian gay food a combi K can choose. That's for $20.
Your family member just went up to you and said, I hope your unborn child has a mental disability at birth. I'd fucking lay into them. Holy shit, fuck them. Yeah, that's really fucking retarded. And also I'm going X-Men.
All right, that's 20 for the
X-Men.
X-Men.
Are great. I like X-Men 2 Clone Wars. Great game.
All right, she's like, I need to talk about gaming.
Please, I want to talk about video games. Go.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there in a bit. Don't worry, Kay. So here we are right now. Here we have X-Men versus God of War. X-Men is clearly winning. So
And ignore that timer.
yeah, there's a random timer until the world ends. It's fine now. Nothing's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's good. All right, we have a little game to play, Decade. Let's go. This is Decade's time to shine. We've been pulling this off for like a whole month at this point.
Yeah.
So,
There we go.
yeah.
I'll do a
ahead.
jingle. I've got a game to hopefully please you. Can you translate Cockney geezer?
Oh my god, I love that. Brilliant. All right. So
So-
how do we play this game?
Okay, so the original idea was that we was going to play the clip that we probably can't play because it's from the film
Copyright.
Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. But basically, there's a part of the film where the man goes into his local pub to inquire about the location, about someone else, where the entire conversation then needs to have subtitles underneath it for people who don't understand Cockney. And my favourite sentence in that is and then he orders an Aristotle of the most ping pong tiddly in the nuclear sub. So for anyone, do you understand what that could possibly mean? He orders an Aristotle of the most ping pong tiddly in the nuclear sub.
The best tea around?
No, not at all.
All right,
Okay,
Phoenix,
you got
try.
one?
Okay.
Okay.
She's brain damaged. Please hold.
One more
I
time.
don't
Can
even
you do it slow?
begin to fathom what the fuck was said. Can say it
Okay.
again? Yeah.
He orders an Aristotle of the most ping pong tiddly in the nuclear sub.
The best cocktail.
To me, it'd be a negative. It'd be like the most.
It sounds like he says submarine, and I just think of Fast and Furious 8 submarine.
Ping pong diddly or whatever. That just to me that sounds like off the wall, shitty, crazy.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
know.
Okay, so Vara, do you want to have a quick go? Before
No, I
Okay.
kind of agree with Phoenix's line of thought.
Okay, so he orders an Aristotle bottle of the most ping pong strong tiddlywink drink in the nuclear sub pub. He orders a bottle of the most strong drink in the pub.
Wow.
I was the closest. I said he got a cup of tea.
That technically that is correct.
So, Cockney rhyming slang is
Wow.
called rhyming slang because, generally speaking, the rule of thumb is that it rhymes with whatever they're talking about. So, for example, if you say something is, change the channel on the Liza. So that would be Liza Minnelli, telly, as in television.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. We're going to give you a bit of a test now.
Yeah.
So here's my sentence, and then you're going to see if you can guess what they're actually saying. So, number one, I was only having a bubble, but I got into a Barney.
I was only having a laugh, but I got into a fight instead.
Yes, straight
I'm
away.
British
Well done.
now! Yeah!
So I was only having a laugh, but I got into an argument. Bubble bath, laugh. Barney, as in Barney Rubble, trouble, meaning argument.
I read so much Harry
was
Potter, I
good.
know now.
Wow. All right.
Right, next one.
I'm sharing that point, by the way.
Yeah.
The barnet on your loaf looks Pete Tong.
The what on your loaf?
The barnet on your loaf looks
Barnet?
Pete Tong. Barnet.
Barnet. Or bonnet.
Barnet.
B-A-R?
N-E-T.
Okay. Barnet. On your loaf
Yes.
looks what?
Pete Tong. Or in Cockney, Pete Tong.
That
Pink
looks
top.
like shit.
Yep.
What?
It literally, yeah, basically the quickest way of saying it is your hair looks shit. Yeah, your hair looks shit. So barnet on your loaf looks Pete Tong is literally the hair on your head looks wrong. So that would be Barnet Fair, because Barnet's a place in the
Finding
UK.
out that Blaz may have autism.
Blabs is good at this.
Yeah. Barnet Fair, Barnet Fair, hair, loaf of bread, head, and then Pete Tong, wrong. For anyone who's not British, Pete Tong is a legendary DJ. He's like the best DJ in the country.
Are you checking to see if there's autism in there?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep going. I want to win.
You are winning. I don't.
Yeah, I think we're on question number 3. There's only 5. Okay. I went for a ruby with me old China.
I went for a ruby with me old China.
I went out to drink with a friend.
Not quite. Go on, guess it again. I went for a
Stupid
ruby with me
Blab.
old China.
This is basically
me old
turned into the
China.
Blabs and Decade game because me and Kay are just like, yeah, this is.
Wait, me old China would be my tea, like my porcelain tea, my tea.
You're close, but you're not quite there.
Yeah.
Did you take out all the silverware and the dishware for dinner?
No. Do you want a clue?
No! I'll say it again. I want to get this.
I went for a ruby with me old China.
With a ruby?
Went for a ruby with me old China.
I threw out my old dishware.
A ruby would be like maybe a sandwich.
A ruby?
I went for a sandwich and.
It's something to do with tea or dishware, and you're doing something with it. I
Hey,
went
come
for a
on.
ruby.
I'm pulling the Asian massive card on you. You might be able to guess this.
Why me? Oh my god, I don't know.
There's that rhyming thing you have to take into
I've
account.
just accepted I'm certifiably retarded. I don't even like. I can't even begin to fathom what these riddles mean.
All right.
I went for a ruby.
Okay. Let me give you a clue.
Yeah.
If you call someone old China, it's
I went
short
out
for-
with my grandma!
No. Old China plate. So the rhyming word is not
Mate?
China. Mate. Yep.
So I went out with my friend.
The old China is my
My
mate.
best mate! I went out with
Okay.
my best friend.
I went out for
tea.
curry with my best mate.
Yes, Vara.
Oh my god, that's
It was the Indian hint. It was the Indian. That's what it was.
Yep, I went for an Indian with my mates. So, or an Indian
Craving a
curry.
burger suddenly.
There we go.
How do you get that from Ruby?
Yeah, I don't get
Ruby.
ruby.
Okay.
It's curry because it kind of
Ru-
rhymes.
No, Ruby Murray.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's literally a name. Ruby Murray curry. And then
Fuck.
China, as in old China plate mate. I went for a curry with my mate.
Sada,
There you
I'm going
go.
to see my buddy.
Except, yeah, so you go. me old China. So,
Huh. All right.
okay.
Even
Right.
Blabs is stumped at that
There's
one.
there's
Yeah,
two
that
more. So
stumped me.
we've got 2 for Blabs, we've got 1 for Vara, and then
Mhm.
Phoenix and Kay are on 0.
Blabs is gonna win easy.
I'm just
Okay.
craving America right now.
Yeah.
This is
Right,
great. I'm just saying my brain is just like American just go freedom, fuck yeah. And I'm like, let's go. This is like Tom went down the street and skipped around and did this, and how many fingers is he holding up? And I'm like, what's happening? What?
Yeah, then you saying that made me immediately think, oh, I'm going to go for an American. And then it made me think of that meme from before of that Chinese person going, look, I'm American. And then put his eyes like that and went, I think I'll use my credit card. Do you have anything gluten-free? It's very funny. But right, the next one. So we've got 2 more left. I was having a butcher's at a boat race and I realised I preferred her skin and blister.
All right, slow that down if you don't mind.
I was having a butcher's at her boat race.
I was having
I
a
realised-
butcher's.
Yeah, at a
I was
boat
having a
race.
butcher's at her boat race and I realised I preferred her skin and blister.
And I realized that I prefer that I kissed her.
I feel like this has to do with sausages at a butchery.
No, but
I don't know,
there's
it might
like a
end up with a
rhyming scheme
sausage,
here.
but it
Right?
might
Sausages
end-
are good. Let's see. All right, say it again.
I was having a butcher's at her boat race, and I realised I preferred her skin and blister.
Skin could be thin, so you realize you want someone thin.
Okay. Skin and blister as one. Yes, Vara.
Okay, but I don't.
What did she say?
Skin and blister means sister.
Oh, okay.
So they prefer the sister.
I was having a butcher's at a boat race, and I realised I preferred her sister.
Yeah, so you're out on a date, and you're like, nah, I like the sister better.
And then you work that out because
all I can contribute is half of this. So.
Half and half. You know what? Kay just gets it. Good job, Kay.
Yay, thank you. I won by doing nothing.
Do you want me to give you the answer on this one?
Yeah.
Okay. I was having a look at her face, and I realised I preferred her sister.
Damn, bro.
So that would be boat race face, and then butchers, as in butcher's hook, look, and then skin and blister is sister. Yeah. So there you go.
I like that everyone over there is just like Willy Wonka. Like it's just there.
Yeah.
Fiddly dee potatoes.
Yeah, eating some jammy Dodgers and some Mrs. Crimbles.
Ah, good old jammy Dodgers.
Right, last one, and then we can be finished. Right.
Yeah, I like this game. It was fun. Thank you, Decade.
That's all right. I went down the apples to have some Rosie on my jack.
I went down the apples to have some Rosie on my jack.
Yeah.
So, Jack, it's
I went
alcohol.
down the apples.
Where's the Union Jack?
I went down to the bar to to have a drink.
My clue will be there is a clothing brand with the name Jack in it, which is quite a good clue, which I suspect probably might have been named after the rhyming slang. I don't know whether that's only a British brand of clothes, though, because I see people walking around wearing that here. I don't know whether that's like a thing that they have in America as well.
Say it again?
Yeah.
I went down to the apples.
We need a visual that says it.
I went down the apples to have some Rosie on my jack.
Have some Rosie. Does Rosie have to do with London bridges falling down?
No, not really. You often, like, if I'm not drinking a Pepsi on stream, I'm drinking a cup of Rosie.
Tea.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Rosie's tea. I went up, so I had some tea. So
I
you're
went
drinking tea
down the
after you drink
apples.
the apple. You have some tea.
I went down the apples. I went down the apples.
Like
I
down
went down the
slope or
stairs.
You're
Down the
going down the
stairs,
stairs
So you
To
have
drink tea?
to have a tea
on my jack.
on my
couch, I
clothing
don't know.
design.
That was probably a bad clue. Jack isn't the part
Daniels.
that rhymes. It's the second
break?
part.
I
you want me
went
to-
downstairs to drink my tea.
Can we spoil it?
Yeah.
I went downstairs to have some tea on my own.
Why don't you just say that?
Where did the on my
rhyming
own
slang.
come
Yeah,
from?
right?
Just- Right, so there we go. Apples means stairs. Apples and pears, stairs. Rosie, as in tea, as in Rosie Lee, tea. And then Jack, meaning on your own. Jack Jones, on your own.
Wow.
No, wouldn't have gotten that one.
Nope.
That is impressive.
This is a fun game. I like these. We should do these more often. Or just randomly do like these Cockney rhyming.
Yeah, it's all quite fun. I had to find my father-in-law because my husband's father. Well, actually, my husband is actually a true Cockney because he was born in the sound of the Bow Bells. So to be a true Cockney, you have to have been born within the sound of the Bow Bells, as in BOW bells, which is a district of London. So because my husband was born in City of London. He is true Cockney, as is his father, and most of his family are Cockney, but not necessarily born in the specific hospital. But yeah, I got a lot of these. Was a mixture of my father-in-law giving me some, and my husband, because like when I was first with Richard, I hadn't really encountered much Cockney stuff, so I was really baffled one morning. I'd gone downstairs and Richard's dad was like, "Hey, do you want some holy?" And I'm like, "What? I need some holy now." And then he was like, "Toast. Do you want some toast? Holy Ghost toast."
Well, you know what? Phoenix is trying to find some Cockney rhyming examples. It'd be kind of funny if we read them to you and you knew.
That's what I wanted to test her on, but it's hard to find.
Let me see if I can find something real fast. Here, how about this? Phoenix, you read these super chats right here. Oh, dear. They're flying around. Okay. Hang on. Where do you need these?
Just move it a little bit over the right. Yeah,
okay.
So for two's nose for 10 blabs. I wouldn't recommend Vara go to an event full of the psychotic, violent demographic that has been committing all the mass pew events.
That's also fair.
That's
exactly my point. You don't need to go in there
have to pass on that.
Yeah.
Torgo the White for 2 says, "Please don't hex us with your funny words," says Torgo. Thank you, Torgo. 44 Magnum Norse for 5. Great time, side scrollers. This is what happens when we give up this steering wheel, says thank you, Magnum.
I got it here. And I also found a little quiz. So this could be fun. We could play this with the Lady Decade right here. So we're going to pull this up.
I did find some. There is a thing, though. Cockneys are actually dying out. They are becoming extinct in London. And a lot of what would have been traditional Cockney rhyming slang has been replaced with roadsman, which is like what like the "you get me blood, young lads" all sound like. So we'll do the quiz. Just ask me, and I'll tell you if it's proper.
So we'll go through this fairly fast. Your boat refers to your what?
What's the first question? Can't see.
Hang on, let me zoom in
so
more.
small.
That better?
Oh yeah, your face.
All right, so we're gonna click face. If you heard someone say taters in it, what would they mean? It's cold, it's foggy, it's very warm, or it's raining.
I would have said it's cold.
Taters. I'd say probably it's very warm.
Yeah, I would say it's warm too, because potatoes need warm to grow. If you had the Hades Jacques, what would you be? Or Hattie Jacques.
Yeah, Hattie Jacques. Hattie Jacques. You had the Hattie Jacques.
You'd be drunk, lucky, happy, or hot?
Oh, I've never heard that one before. Hattie Jacques. Hattie Jacques. If you had the Hattie Jacques, you would be... I'm going to say lucky.
Okay, we'll do like 2 more or 3 more, because then we gotta do some gaming before Kay loads. What would you do with a titfer? Titfer?
A titfer.
Titfer.
Wear it.
All right, you
wear
would
it.
wear it.
Yeah.
And 5, you are to ask to have a butcher's. What would you do? Oh, we know
Have
this
a look.
one now.
Yeah, we know that one. Have a look.
All right, we'll do one more then. The Sweeney are London clergymen. Well, that's just a true or false. What the fuck?
Yeah, the Sweeney are clergymen. The Sweeney, that's police. I just don't know what London clergy. Say true. Say true.
All right. Let's see if we can submit now, and then just go to the top. Oh, look, there's the answers here. Okay, hang on. Let's go. All right. So your boat refers to your face, which is what you got. If you heard someone say taters, oh, Phoenix was right. It's cold. Oh no, Lady Decade, your copyright has been revoked.
Potatoes in the mold. Oh.
Rhymes with cold, so taters in it means cold,
if
isn't
Top
it?
Hat was in here, you probably could have answered that.
Hattie Jakes shakes.
Hattie Jakes shakes.
Yeah, it's not Hattie Jacks, it's Hattie Jakes.
Okay, there you go. Top Hat is he's left. He's run away in the other direction.
He's run away. Yeah, Hattie Jacques, I guess it would be you'd be drunk.
Hattie Jakes.
That's what I was thinking, so I got that right
Jakes.
too.
Alright, you'd be drunk. Titfer is you wear it, that's what you said.
Yeah.
You're at the
Tit for
butcher's,
tat
have a
hat.
look. And Sweeney or London clergyman is false.
Oh, potatoes in the mold.
Rhymes with cold, so taters in it means cold, isn't it?
Potatoes in the mold. 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 Potato They are a department of the police which deals with serious crime. Sweeney is short for Sweeney Todd, the notorious barber. Yeah, I'm sure you all know about Sweeney Todd.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was cool. We should definitely do these every couple of weeks just for fun, I think. I think that'd be pretty cool. Well, thank you, Lady Decade, for doing the game with us. Thank you. All right, let me hit up some supers, and then we're going to get into gaming, and that way Kay can rest well, knowing she has survived a week and a half with us. So, Magnum Nose for 5 says, Craig, save us from the pits of oblivion. No, he's not here right now. Oh, God, this just jumped. All right, Hassan Avocado for 5 says, yeah, now this Brit is a few stubbies. Oh, hang on, I need to alt text this thing. Where'd it go? Here we go. All right, a few stubbies short of a 6-pack. That's a fair dinkum dog's breakfast that Sheila's spouting. What the fuck?
Thanks.
Anyway.
Thanks.
Reese for one says, this is the most British version of Mash Game I've ever seen. Where's Gene Rayburn when you need him? Shantae for one said, set a membership over on YouTube. Thank you very much. Magnus for 2 says, tea in British means 110 proof whiskey. Suffer for 5 says, Lady Decade, what does the word pikey mean in English? Been watching Top Gear again. A hammer is a tool of a pikey.
Oh, okay, yeah, a pikey is it's a slur actually.
Oh my.
In fact, I'm not sure whether it's considered as bad as the N-word or not. But yeah, basically,
hold on, what is the word?
Slabs has been so cancelled, she's now disappearing.
What is it? Do I have a new N-word that I can say anywhere? What is it?
The thing is, I got banned on Facebook, something like 15,
I'm still there.
When I used to use it many years ago, I got banned for writing that word, which is silly because I literally just said it a few minutes ago as well. Pikey. So you know, like Romany gypsy travellers, it's a derogatory term for them.
Pikey.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to call. Yeah, you're not allowed to call them gypsies anymore, and you're not allowed to call them that anymore. But yeah,
thank you. That made my day. Pikey.
That's she's gonna be saying for the next week.
Wes for 5 says, Phoenix, you need to cure Blabs with the feminist mind virus. What feminist mind virus? All feminism is bad as the red pill MGTOW weirdo men.
Any form of extremism is bad. Any form of extremism is bad.
Yeah.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Yeah, which apparently West is a Sith right now, but that's not surprising. Derek for 1 says, are they doing Cockney rhyming slang in Austin Powers Gold member? Does 6s and 7s mean someone is crazy? Thank you for that. No, we're not doing that. Okay, now we're gonna get into some Switch 2 news for Kay. That way she comes back to life and you're okay now, right, Kay?
We're not doing the Rumble?
Oh yeah, shit, I didn't do the Rumble wallet thing. Never mind, please hold, I gotta do that thing. Thanks, Phoenix. Here I was too busy doing the Cockney rhyming. Okay, we're gonna press this button, and Craig's gonna come back, guys. Ready?
You've heard us talk about Rumble Wallet extensively, and you know what? You're going to now because they have sponsored this episode of Side Scrollers. Here's the thing. On your screen right now, there is a QR code. I encourage you to get out your phone, scan that, and download the Rumble Wallet app. Now, you don't know a whole lot about Rumble Wallet. That's great. Let me just tell you this. This is what you need to know. It is step 1 of it being an alternative to like payment processors. Right now, you can do some amazing things. You want to support creators? Guess what? That's the first step of all this. Right now, if you want to support Side Scrollers or any other creator using Rumble Wallet, you give $1, we get $1. You give $1 over on YouTube, we get 70 cents. You sub over on Twitch, we get half of that. Now with Rumble Wallet, 100% comes to us. It's the best way to support independent creators like us over here on Rumble, which is great, and all independent creators. Once again, this is step 1. Later on down the line, this is meant to be a payment processor solution where you're going on buying something. You can just scan your Rumble Wallet app. It's awesome. Listen, big things planned. Become an early adopter of it. Scan the QR code on your screen like we talked about, or go to wallet.rumble.com and check it out for yourself. You may like it, you may not, but you at least should give it a try. We are big fans of alternative tech, alternative options to different apps. This is a great place to start. We appreciate them. They support us. Consider supporting them. Thanks to Rumble Wallet for your continued support of Side Scrollers. Yeah, I did it. I pressed the buttons and everything. Okay, also, Kay, I just saw the private chat, so thanks for that, too. Okay, so, everybody, we're going to talk some Switch 2 news. Oh, look, Phoenix came back with another Coca-Cola. So, everybody, what is going on with Switch 2? Who can tell me?
besides Phoenix?
I can.
All right.
A lot's going on with the Switch too.
Yeah, we need to be more specific. I think.
All right, fine.
There's a new
price
model.
increases happening.
Uh-huh.
There's in September. There's the fact, isn't it like the 1 year anniversary now of the Switch?
It's today, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, the Switch 2,
Today.
and then I don't know what story we're talking about the Switch 2.
There's a new model coming out.
Yes. In Europe. So.
Yes.
Back in, I think it was March, there were reports that Nintendo was working on the Switch 2 revision to comply with the EU rules, which is supposed to allow users to replace batteries in consumer electronics themselves. And so this is only releasing in Europe, but it is still important, to talk about and pay attention to. But nothing else is changing.
It may be like one of the best things that's come out of the EU. Like I really like the idea that they're making it more consumer friendly, that you can fix your own products and give them a much larger life without spending $1 trillion.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
this is a huge net positive because the thing is, anyone that knows they have like a PS5 controller or whatever, for example, like the batteries and those things go so quick, and the next thing you know, you just have to keep constantly plugged in. So this is absolutely going to rejuvenate the life of it. And I'm not surprised. We heard this news a while ago that the EU is trying to regulate all this shit and make it so there's a right to repair law. So I kind of wish I waited for this model, to be honest. I would way rather have a replaceable battery. I miss that about Android phones. Like my old Android phones, you used to be able to just buy those really cheap Samsung batteries, pop it out, and have like multiple on you. So this is actually really great. I hope that they do this going forward with other portable devices too.
Well, there's also, I don't know if, Kay, this interests you at all, but Elden Ring Tarnished Edition will be $80 for the Nintendo Switch 2, releasing on August 28th of this year.
Whew, I'm buying it. I hate myself, but I am.
Vera, is it worth me jumping into Elden Ring? It's one of those games I've looked at and been like,
Are you asking me if one of my favorite games of all time is worth jumping into?
Okay, that tells me everything.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Where'd I go?
I'm not like a Souls person, really. So for me, I'm like, I know that this game is.
How many
considered,
Souls games have you played?
Really not a lot. I played like the Star Wars ones, which is like more, I think those are super easy. A bit of Bloodborne and Sekiro.
The thing with Elden Ring, right, is I know that a lot of people do argue that it's like one of the hardest in terms of the bosses and stuff, but the thing with Elden Ring is that you can overlevel and you can get super OP weapons and super OP skills that I feel makes the game a lot easier if that's the way that you want to play. Elden Ring is a phenomenal game in my opinion, and this edition has been, talked about for a long time. I don't think that Elden Ring is going to sell particularly well on the Switch, but the way they're trying to get it to sell is that they're releasing this new edition that has everything, and it has new content. Like it has new torrent, which is the horse skins and armor. It's got 2 new classes, and there are going to be those upgrades to the game in the future on other platforms, but that's really how they're trying to sell this new like Switch 2 edition. I also think that they're trying to release this and sell this to get people interested in Souls games, because Duskbloods is supposed to come out in 2026, and that's a Switch 2 exclusive, and so they really want to try to see how many people want to play these games handheld, which I personally don't, but I am gonna play Duskbloods obviously because From Software is one of my favorite developers. I know. Never blindly trust a video game studio. I 100% agree, but I feel like their content is usually consistently very good.
All right, well, moving from Switch, let's talk about, now I don't know if either one of you guys would be interested in this, but a Titanfall 2-like game is being developed by Splitgate developers 1047 Games.
These guys need to just, I don't know, leave the industry and find a different job.
Because sunset, bro. Like, what are you doing?
They need to stop this shit.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't get it. Why I mean, whatever. Keep creating your shit if you want to, but Lord, it's not going well for you.
Well, and a big problem that they're going to face now is everybody hates them because this what was it, the studio lead or the CEO or whatever he was,
the big guy with the hat.
Yeah, he went on the stage, he wore the Make Games Great Again hat. Make FPS Games Great Again hat. He infuriated the left. Then he apologized, or then he said he wasn't going to apologize. He doubled down. But then, like, a couple of days later, he apologized. And so they flip-flopped so much that it's like, why would I... Like, if I am somebody who likes to only support people that I agree with, I personally am willing to play games made by people I don't necessarily always agree with. But there's a lot of gamers out there who don't want to. And so why would anybody support that? Like, it makes it hard to want to sit here and give you money when you're so inconsistent in your stance and the way that you are really representing your studio.
I couldn't agree more with you. It's 100% correct. They're so wishy-washy. And I always fucking say this, like, don't cave to the mob. Just stand by your principles on whatever they might be, because the people that stood by you regardless are now going to be upset. And the people that you upset initially aren't going to care. So just watching them wave in the wind with whatever felt like was the right word of the day to say was just so fucking retarded. I don't think these guys are going to really have a chance unless they completely rebrand, but people are still going to find out who they are. So I think they've kind of fucked themselves in this industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if the team behind Highguard went and made another game, but they slightly changed their name, it would still be the team that made Highguard. And so, like, there's that negative stigma surrounding you and your product now.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, Decades, any thoughts?
Not really much past what Vara and Kay was just saying. Obviously, I'm very much a believer in do not apologize. Just because I feel like you're then handing your power over to someone else, and that never... Like in the Wild West that the internet is, apologizing is just generally across the board a bad idea, I think. I think if you're going to say something a bit spicy or you want to be a bit more guarded, just keep your mouth shut type thing. But apart from that, yeah, I know my brain at the moment is just, for some reason, I'm going Witcher 3 in my head, because the last two conversations keep bringing my mind back over to the Witcher 3, because I know... this is now going back to the previous topic a little bit, but where Vara was saying that this Elden Ring game is setting people up for the next one to come out. Obviously, Witcher 3 are doing another. CD Projekt Red are now doing another free DLC on The Witcher 3, which I think is probably there to butter people up for the next Witcher game. And then
it's a segue into The Witcher 4. And
then what you were saying about blindly, I've made this mistake myself in the past with The Witcher 4, like, because I love everything Witcher so much that I was like, no, it's going to be good. No, it's going to be good. And I even made a video like where I was like really trying to explain from my opinion why I thought Ciri was fine. And like, that's how passionate I was about it. And then as more and more information has come out, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, I don't think it is going to be any good. So I'm too like trying to not have that blind faith in CD Projekt Red, especially when I know that the actual decent team members have left to go make that vampire game instead, which is one that I'll probably go out and buy when that comes out. So yeah, but the thing is, my brain goes off in different directions. I'm not very coherent. That's why I have to write stuff down. So
that should just be clipped as its own thing for like Decades intro. My brain goes this way and this way.
Yeah,
now,
honestly.
You did mention Vara, like really stupid developers, and so we also have the whole God of War controversy in the last few days, where everyone is rightfully so pissed off at Laufey looking like an absolute suburban soccer mom. But you sent me these pre-show, so we have this one with Synth Potato. Being anti-woke has got to be the most miserable hobby.
Yeah, so there are a lot of journalists right now and a lot of, the gaming media in general that is really furious that people are criticizing this game. Now, obviously, we won't know until it releases if it's good, if it's bad, if it feels like God of War. Maybe it'll be a wholesome story about this woman thinking about her son and her husband. It's going to be sad and it's going to be emotionally driven, and that would be good. But ultimately, people do not like the millennial cringe writing that the cube slash ribbon sword has in the first few minutes. A lot of people have a lot of questions about this version of this character and what she's going to be doing throughout this game. And, obviously, she's not just like a normal girl or a normal chick who's doing these things. So it does make sense that she would be strong and she would be able to hold her own to a certain degree. But we've seen so many series taken that have males as the lead and then changed. And it's not like they're moving completely away from Kratos, but that doesn't mean that you still can't criticize the game that they are presenting and the game that they are going to be banking on for the next several years. And in the minds of, people like Synth Potato and the media, if you criticize, you're not a real fan of something. And I think that that argument is absolutely fucking ridiculous, because the reason why we criticize things and the reason why we criticize movies, TV shows, video games, developers and studios is because we want them to do better. We have something that we've known and loved for so many years, and we expect a certain level of quality or storytelling. And criticizing doesn't mean that you hate something. We want companies and creatives to do better, but that's not the way that they ever present it, because they hate gamers, and a lot of these people are either male feminists or activists, and ultimately they don't care about preserving the industry. They just want to change it.
So I have this opinion about games journalists, and I'm not sure if I've said this on any of the previous streams that I've been on, but I feel like, and this is just an opinion, I've got no facts on this, I just feel like that they sometimes come across like they've gone to university, got themselves a degree in journalism, they're not being able to go down the direct line of journalism that they wanted to, and have settled for games.
Oh, yeah, they thought that it was going to be an easy win for them. They thought that they were going to, they couldn't make it at a mainstream political outlet like an MSNBC. And so then they said, oh, the video game industry, that's changing because of Gamergate 1. We might as well work our way into that space. It's going to be easy to infiltrate, and we're going to be able to, gain, hopefully, well, not for us, but hopefully their line of thought was hopefully we can gain some power and become figures of authorities in this space, and gamers have rejected it.
It's just it's almost like painful to read some of these articles. Yeah, like that article that you was just showing there. I'm now gonna end up, when this finishes, end up finding that online and reading through all of that. That's probably going to end up being a video of mine soon. Just because you just know 9 times out of 10 these journalists, they're just projecting. They just don't understand the lowly, normal, bog standard, normal man gamer, and they just got their own anxieties, their own peer pressures that they're putting out. I feel like a lot of games journalists are not writing for us, they're writing for each other, because they're in their little bubble. They just want to impress their mates. Oh, what's the most scathing thing that you can write about them, about the plebs?
I mean, yeah, I do agree with that to a certain extent, but they're also writing articles like this because they want this to be the norm. They want the general gaming audience to shift from being men to being, as they say, diverse and inclusive. And they claim that they want this to be a safe space, but really what they want to do is ultimately push their message and ultimately infiltrate to change culture. And so that's their end goal. It's not to appeal to gamers, it's for things in their message to spread as wide and as quickly as possible, because look at how much money the gaming industry makes. In 2025, it brought in over $200 billion.
I have a quick thought exercise for everybody. So this isn't this is not my thinking at all. I actually have a response to this, but I'm curious, the panel here. We live in a time now where 30-plus-year-olds are still part of the cultural landscape, right? So back in the day, a 30-year-old, they had a family, and they were kind of culturally out of it, right? There wasn't cartoons made for them, there wasn't video games made for them. They kind of turned into adult, and they basically did adult things. And now we have 30-plus-year-olds who are still watching these movies, still involved with these properties and things like that. Is there any element here that, and again, not my views and opinions, but just thought exercise. Is there any element that what we're coming up against right now, this friction, is that the younger generation is trying to have a voice culturally, and we are saying that's not what we grew up with, that's not what we like, and so there's friction between the two because they are speaking for their age group, and we're trying to hold on to ours. Again, not the views and opinions of Phoenix, but just wanted to throw that out there in case that was ever an argument or conversation. Curious what you all think.
I personally don't think so, because I feel like a big group of people that are trying to change culture are slightly older. We're talking like mid-30s. Well, the average age of a gamer in the United States, I think, is like 37, but I don't think that it's like a younger generation or the younger audience that is ultimately trying to change culture, because the developers are not younger, the journalists are not younger. There isn't like a large wave of younger people making their way into the video game industry. We'll just say, for argument's sake, like behind the scenes, whether that's the media or development or writing or anything like that. It's millennials. All of this is coming from millennials.
I think that again, this is one of those things that if I could sit and write down everything and put it into coherent order, so please forgive me if this is really jumbled, and feel free to then steer me back on track if I go off piste here. So I feel like millennials are, you have boomers have got all the money. Boomers was able to buy a whole house on one income. They was able to progress their lives a lot quicker than we can. They could have children younger because they could afford to have children. They could afford to have someone stay at home. They could afford to buy a house on like a postman's wage. Millennials, we don't have that luxury. We don't have the money necessarily to be saving up or being able to get a mortgage on like a decent property when we're younger. So because we've still got some disposable cash, we're more likely to invest in our nostalgia. So things that we liked when we was younger, we're more likely to be into retro gaming and buy all stuff like this. We're more likely to get cross about things because we've got the time to be cross about things, because we can't progress in life like we would like to be able to, like our parents have been able to do. So we can probably be a bit too hyper fixated on things that get on our nerves, and then be more cross about things that have gotten on our nerves, simply because we haven't got bigger things to worry about necessarily, or we do, and we're burying our heads somewhat, and it's easier to think about, I don't know, Lorfi in God of War and the strangeness of that 20-minute segment on State of Play. See, this is where my brain's so annoying. And I feel like we've got all of our problems as millennials, and then you've got the next generation who are entirely poisoned by social media with their own strange priorities that we don't get, who are probably in a much worse financial position than we are as like a generation. And what was the question again?
Long story short, it's just a thought exercise. Is there a potential here that because now that 30-plus-year-olds are still in the market of what used to be a younger person's culture, that we are holding on to something and we don't want it to change, and it's the younger culture saying that's what we're in conflict with.
So we're in the generation that had SNESes and Mega Drives and like the PlayStation. We was kids when the PlayStation came out. Some of us in our same millennial generation had Ataris and microcomputers and Commodores, etc. So we're in the generation where, obviously in young Gen X as well, where we've grown up with this. So this is something that we've had from childhood, we've carried it through. Whereas we've now got a generation of adults who, when they was young, it was a PS3, or when they was young, it was the first iPad that had come out. So their choices and their priorities have changed. And obviously we've got less disposable income as our parents' generation. And then Gen Z has probably got less disposable income as what we've got. So they're not necessarily, I just feel like all of the people that I know who are Gen Z, most of them don't even have like a PlayStation or an Xbox. Or if they do, they have it simply to play Fortnite. Like my sister has one. My sister's not a millennial. And she literally has a PlayStation 4 that she's had for years, and she only plays Fortnite because it's just totally not a priority for her. We've had the same household. We had the same experiences growing up. We was both obsessed with Tomb Raider when we was little, both of us. Except I've grown up and carried on being like really into gaming my whole life. And then my sister's just, now she play Fortnite once a fortnight. And that's maybe not even that.
I think the numbers are not on that little thought exercise. The numbers are not, the numbers don't really spell that out. If it really was that the youth was in conflict with our ideology of what culture should be, you would be seeing massive success for the things that we are disagreeing with. But typically, we really kind of usually get it right for the most part. Here and there, maybe we get it wrong, but these are not the games and films and things like that we go like, whoa, this is way too agenda or woke or whatever you want to call it. The numbers don't show there. No one is seeing those things. No one is playing those things. So I just was curious what you all think, but I do think the numbers are on our side, that if anyone ever brought that conversation up, that it's pretty quick to put to bed.
Yeah. So speaking of numbers, Vara, you get to pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.
All right.
Today in gaming history with Blams.
Olive Garden can suck my tits.
All right, guys, today is June 5th, which means Earthbound was released back in 1995. We have the Tomb Raider anniversary, which is pretty relevant since we had that PlayStation State of Play the other day, and that was released back in 2007. And then, as we mentioned before, Nintendo Switch 2 is already 1 year old, which I have to say, time has flown. It's already a year old. That's kind of crazy to me. So, ta-da! How's my list? Oh,
that's my good list.
That's my favorite one you've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did just for you, Decade.
All right. Well, let's see what you missed. But so far, that is a
well,
very
Kay
encouraging.
hasn't said anything yet.
Well, we don't know the list yet.
Okay, how was that list?
At a glance, it was a good list.
Yeah.
She's prepped.
Feisty.
She's been burnt many times before.
Feisty. So we have June 5th.
All right.
I've been here for 11/11, 11/21.
We all were.
For a lot of stuff.
A lot of casualties okay. Gangsters 2 Vendetta, Digimon World 3, Dragon Ball Z Harukaneru Densetsu. I got that one right.
Sure.
How would you pronounce that?
Haru Potter. I don't know. Harukaneru Densetsu.
Right. Vindicated Phoenix. Sharon the Wanderer. The Incredible Hulk. Obviously, I don't think that should be on the list, but kind of a fun semi-open world destruction game. Decent game. DreamWorks Madagascar 3, the video game. Inversion. Kingdom Hearts 3D. Dream Drop Distance for the 3DS. State of Decay, a biggie. There's a biggie for the Xbox 360. Card Fight Double. Double exclamation mark.
Is it crazy that I almost feel like State of Decay deserves to be on there more than the Switch 2? Like, the Switch 2 has been so underwhelming.
Well, like, what's happened with the Switch 2? Like, what's come out? A couple of spin-off games, like the Yoshi game. It was a fun game. It was a cute game, but that's not a system seller.
I would argue, like, if we're going, like, I don't know, the way I've always looked at these lists is kind of more like historical or impact. I think the Switch 2, just by sheer numbers, would beat State of Decay and where it is, where it's going to be going in gaming. But I think it just depends on how you view the list. Everyone's going to have their different perspective of it. Card Fight, double exclamation mark. Vanguard, Lock on Victory, double exclamation mark. Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth, Turmoil.
Yeah, see, that Persona Q is another one that I feel like should have been on the list. This is tough. I'm seeing.
She just doesn't like my list, no matter what I do. Okay.
Oh my.
No, it's not. There's a real lack of the Japanese side represented in these gaming history lists overall. That's where I get really frustrated.
We need a Japanese week, just like only Japanese games.
Maybe I'll consider the next time you guys are on. I'll do a Japanese week just for you. Maybe.
You're not going to remember that, but
no,
I appreciate
no one
the
will
thought.
remember that.
I actually do remember things. Thanks. I put them in my schedule.
You do remember things, but it's going to be a while until you see me, so I don't know.
It'll be like 2 weeks till I see you guys. I can do this.
Okay, since you're a turf lesbian now, though, you could be more
Oh my God. Damn, bro. How is my life getting so much worse in lifetime?
Look, I'm going to write it down. Okay, I have you guys here for that week, so I'm going to
also
do
has to be
Japanese gaming history week.
Can I also point out while she's typing, Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyrs should be on there over the Switch too.
See? You see? I typed that shit in. Can you vouch for me now?
She said definitely don't do Japanese week, which is very rude. I mean, I thought that was very rude.
I think she wrote
Blaz
on there
Blue,
too. Wow, rude.
Cross Tag Battle, she did write it, okay. Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr, Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics, Command and Conquer Remastered Collection, Babel No Tau, A Simple Job for the PC, Mario Kart World. In my opinion, a stinker. Not that great. I thought it was meh. Meh. Stinker is too harsh.
Yeah. Underwhelming for what it could have been.
Yeah. Mario Kart 8, I think, masterpiece. Mario Kart World.
You know, the best one is Mario Kart on the Wii.
Good point, Blabs. Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, Car Racing, Auto and Formula Sport. I really like a game just called Car Racing.
Should have just been Fast and Furious.
Absolutely, it should. Gothic 1 Remake coming out. So Car Racing, Auto and Formula Sport, and Gothic 1 Remake coming out today, apparently. Ta-da! I'm okay with that list.
That's right. Anyone else got a problem with my list?
Your list is good. Your list is good.
Right.
It's hard to just choose 3. Your list is totally fine. I mean, if you guys are like every time hardware is on an anniversary pointing it out, then I think it's totally fine. But I think that there are just things in the gaming industry that accomplish way more and have probably more staying power than the Switch 2 is currently demonstrating. That's all.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna hit up a bunch of my supers. Does Vara or Decade, do you guys have to bounce while I read almost 20 super chats and get to the Showdown finale?
I do need to bounce, unfortunately.
All right, that's all right. All right, Decade, before you go, your links are in the description below, but where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Lady Decade on YouTube, and I've also got if you want a bit of retro gaming goodness, I have a bespoke pure retro gaming channel now, where I explore all of the interesting corners of gaming history, which is at Lady-Arcade.
All right, thank you very much. And Vara, you said you had a bounce as well.
Yes, I do. You can find me on YouTube and X Veridark Dark Titan Media. I stream video games Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Monday nights is Fuck My Life with Ryan Kinnell at 9 p.m. Wednesday nights is The Vern Virtue Show at 9 p.m. 2 to 3 videos a day. And tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern, or I'll be going live at 4:45 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be live streaming Summer Games Fest.
Nice. Everyone tune in to Vara and make sure you subscribe to Lady Decade. Thank you, ladies. We will see you all in 2 weeks. Thanks,
See
guys.
you later. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, let us hit up some supers. Okay, Magnum for 5 says, "You dirty, dirty pikeys." And then Magnum also for 5 says, "Clearly YouTube does not recognize pikey as a racial slur. Therefore, we should say it until we can't. That's the spirit. Spam the chat." Jared, for one, says, I'm thinking about getting my Switch 2 sometime next month or August, and I did try playing Elden Ring a while back, and it just wasn't for me. Magnum Monster 5 says, Elden Ring is a handout from hardcore games to gamers into the world of Dark Souls. Did you guys hear about the drama with Mugen Lord? He's a dope black comic creator who released his own brand, Venus Orient Comics. The blurred community is giving him crap because his stories and characters aren't black enough. No, I have not heard. That sounds
Mugen Lord's awesome, but that is...
Thank you, The Worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not heard any of that, but thank you for that. Maverick says, Lady Decade, when are we going to get Sir Richard on the show? One day I'll get the two of them together. It'd be hilarious. Mass Shadow for 20 says, 20 for the lowest. Question for the entire panel. What game that flopped in any gaming IP do you think you know how to salvage? No, you can't cancel the release of that game.
That's a great question for that's a great...
That's a big
question. Really good question.
Yeah.
And so many of those things, like those would be games like with like a flawed camera system, or came out too early before the technology was really there, so you have like frame rate issues, or they really couldn't evolve the gameplay just right with the mechanics. I don't know if I can answer that right now. Kate, could you?
Yeah, I can't answer that.
Repeat the question.
All right. What game that flopped in any gaming IP do you think you know how to salvage? And no, you can't cancel the release of that game.
Like if you could patch it. Like, I know I've got an answer for this. I just got to think.
Yeah, I would have to really dig into that, because there are games that flop and it's because they're going into bullshit reasons with diversity shit. And then there's things that could have just benefited from an overhaul in the actual system itself. And I feel like that's an entire stream of itself.
Yeah, that's a big question.
It's a great one. I think we should write down and like.
Yeah, Mass Shadow. I'd like to see that like with a panel. I think, and like we actually like prepare and think about like different games. You know.
All right, here, Phoenix, you read that, and I'm gonna write that question down.
For me, and this is not my answer, but just a fast one, I would say I would have loved to have redone Mario 64 with just a better camera system. That would not be my official answer, just one off the top of my head, real fast. Obviously, that game was not a disaster. Okay.
I mean, I think about games that have been heavily modded, like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, like. That could have done way better. You know, like that's kind of where my brain goes to, like the rushing of KOTOR 2, for example.
Right.
And how like you feel like you have amnesia in the last half of the game because they just had to cut out content due to their development cycle being completely rushed. So I think there's probably something way deeper you can dig into with that.
Okay, I just wrote that down in our suggestion thing.
And I would say Star Fox Zero should have always had a mode where you didn't have to use the gamepad.
I've got
one. Ahead! Oh no!
Oh no, you're floating. Sonic 06. Sonic 06 is probably my top answer of a game that could have been phenomenal. The storytelling is very Sonic Adventure style, and it actually has a lot of merit. But the level design, even though in a theory the level design is actually pretty solid, it's just such a buggy mess that you don't actually get to appreciate any of that. Like if you look at the foundations of Sonic 06, I know it's notoriously horrible, and there's a joke on my channel that I've just got like Stockholm syndrome with this game, because when I'm playing it I'm screaming my head off, and then I get space from it and I'm like, it wasn't that terrible. Sonic 06 is a badly made game, but it has all of the bricks laid where it could have been really good. One of the best Sonic soundtracks. The storyline is actually pretty interesting, and it's got so many different characters in it that you want to like play and follow. It's just at the end of the day, they failed so hard in how the actual game plays. The gameplay failed, but there is a mod that you can actually get that fixes all of that. I haven't played it yet because I want to beat it vanilla. I want to beat it the original way first. Sonic 06 is probably my answer.
All right, so I'm gonna try pretty hard to get through all these relatively fast because there's a good chunk of them, and then we have to announce the Showdown winner. By the way, which God of War is doing terribly right now. Just a heads up, it's losing spectacularly. Sasquatch for 10 says, at first I thought that Splitgate devs were just trying to make a good game and actually cared about FPS. Now I think they're just chasing the money and failing. Agreed. Game Hunter for 5 says, I think of Yengus and Red from Dragon Quest VIII when it comes to Cockney accent. Would love to play it again for PlayStation 5 because of the lore and the plot twist.
Thank you, game.
Thank you. Crumbs for 10 says, what has 4 letters, sometimes 9, but never has 5? Have a nice weekend. The art school dropout from 5 says, I would dare say Ragnarok left a lot of threads people would want to see play out, and they stopped that to pull a Lion King 1.5 to show us something that never needed shown. SJWs are pustils for 5 says, Kami K, when you're down on that muffin, does she have a cute little hammer and sickle tattooed above that thing? Or is it even cuter Nemo the fish with the mouth being the cooter and above the pooter? Oh, thank you for making me read that.
Disgusting!
Yeah, well, I'm gonna play this because this isn't disgusting. Kratos, no, Gold Soul Ninja for $50 says Kratos of War can't talk now, gotta run. All right, that's $50 for God of War.
Thank
right
you,
there.
Gold.
Thank you very much, and that just like broke it. God of War is currently in the lead now.
Wow.
Magnum Norris for 10 says this sexism is being projected onto us for denying their sexism of changing our favorite male characters into women. Nathan for 20 says, what I hate about this God of War game is the need for modern writers to explain everything to be the guy who solves the mystery, because the fans always come up with way better theories than anything they come up with.
Thank you, Nathan.
Jared for 1 says, I'm 34 and I still enjoy playing video games whenever possible. I just don't have as much time to play it like I used to when I was younger. Thank you. Magnum for 10 says, on a larger note, feminism is destroying Western society because they chose to make men outcasts who decided they didn't need a partner. Thank you for that. Lord for 5 says, you guys did great these past few weeks. Genuinely, Blabs is learning the business well. Thank you. Have some coin for Papa Carmine or Craig. Mamma mia. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching all this time. High Voltage for 5 says, here's some millennial disposable income for you. Is there any game you're hoping to see at this evening's Summer Game Fest? The only thing I'm kind of curious is if they're going to announce Hogwarts Legacy this time.
Rumor about that.
Yeah, but there was the rumored for PlayStation State of Play, which is why I spent so long staring avidly at the screen. And actually, when they started playing the music for the God of War, those first 3 notes could have been Hedwig's theme, and I was like, yeah, it was funny, but it wasn't. It wasn't. So disappointed.
Kay, is there any game that you're hoping for?
My thing that I wanted already is not confirmed, which is I wanted Devolver to announce Hotline Miami 3, but they're pushing their showcase later. But I have heard a rumor that there's a Spawn game being worked on, so I would love to see if there's anything with that.
I am going to say Resident Evil. That's the one I am hoping to see.
All right, Bike Shorts for 5 says, L List Blabs, you skipped Digimon World 3, arguably the best Digimon game of all time. Nope, didn't skip it. All right, John Kanji for 5 says, shout out to Blaz Blue Cross Tag Battle. I've top 8 in tournaments on that game. Well, congrats to you. And then lastly, Emerald Ultima for 5 says, Kay, what's your opinion on the Sonic hate on the YouTube back in the 2010s?
Unwarranted. Sonic games do have a lot of issues, but overall, Sonic as a series is fantastic. But if you want like a full answer from me, we're about to end the show, so come bug me on my channel. I'll talk way more Sonic with you guys.
And speaking of your channel, Kay, where can everyone find you?
At Melee Games on YouTube, Rumble, the whole internet at this point. And this Sunday we're going to be back with Melee Madness podcast, and we're going to be covering all of the showcases that happened over the past week. So we're actually going to be starting early. We're going to be doing a 10 a.m. podcast to catch the Xbox showcase live, roll into PC Game Show, and then we're going to loop back around to Summer Games Fest, State of Play, and a few other smaller shows that didn't really get recognition during this week, but happened. We're just going to be doing an all-day like coverage of all different announcements that have happened. That will be this Sunday.
Awesome. Her links are down below. Now, I believe we are caught up on the super chats, which means that we get to announce the winner today. So here we are currently, which means the winner.
Yeah, we had said $60 for X-Men, and that was in the lead, and then all of a sudden, the winner is God of War. Wrong button. Press that one. Oh boy. Here to accept the award. I'm not going to put this on Kay. I'll put it on me.
Oh, well
let's go back to us.
All right, fine. Here. Hello. Wow. I pressed all the right buttons.
So I had voted for X-Men, but listen, it's hard to go wrong with God of War. Up until this announcement of a game that may be a bag of shit, the God of War series an enormous amount of fun. The originals were great. They added massive epic scope to the fights, an incredible fighting mechanic, and even if you didn't, let's say, necessarily love the story that went into the 2018 God of War, nonetheless, it was still a pretty incredible game, at least visually, or at least what they're trying to do in the battle mechanics. Of course, people praise that. Maybe they didn't really love the story where it went, but can't really go wrong with God of War. So congrats to God of War.
Ta-da! All right, guys, that's gonna do it for us. And when we return on Monday, by the way, Craig will be back on Monday hosting. We're actually gonna be joined by a new VTuber. Her name is Maria Grace, and we'll also be joined by Celestium also on Monday. So stay tuned for that. Phoenix, where can everyone find you?
Y'all can find me on PandaSub 2000 on Rumble. Rumble only.
And for me, you guys can find me Blabbering Collector or Blab's Life, YouTube or Rumble, whichever you prefer. Go to Rumble. Alright, guys, that's gonna do it for us. I was about to say, I've been me and you've been you. Pew, 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 but I won't do that one. Okay, people gotta try to keep it down. Don't let them. You guys gotta go get it. We'll see you on Monday. Thanks for staying with us. Bye. Fatality. I'm gonna press this